Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to the Mona Lisa Monroe Morning Show. Grab your coffee or your tea, hunty, because we have a lot to talk about. But before we get started on those red hot topics, please go to my website, www.monalisamonroe.com. We've got t-shirts, we've got mugs, we've got toast. Believe me, we've got you covered. And also, you could purchase my book, Life After the Diagnosis. If you know a survivor or you are a survivor, this is the book that you need. Well, let's go ahead and get this party started right, shall we?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Mona Lisa Monroe Morning Show, honey. Oh my gosh, we are in August. Can you believe this? I mean, this year is flying. So here we are in August, and you got to do something, flip it up a little bit, change it up a little bit. As you noticed, I changed it up a little bit, honey. You know how that go. So, yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. All of our new states, all of our new viewers, all of my new portraits in my gallery. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mona Lisa Monroe Morning Show. And just like the commercial says, please grab your coffee, and your tea, hunty, because we've got a lot to talk about today, just like we do every Thursday morning, sweeties. All right, so why am I going on and on and on about getting the information out about this show? Because you guys are not visiting my website. Yes, what website? I'm telling you, www.monalisamonroe.com. It just surprises me because I talk to people and they go, I didn't know you had a website. Where is your website? What's your website? And I'm like going, I say it every Thursday on the show. But hey, that's okay. I'm going to remind you what it is. And here it is, www.monalisamonroe.com. There it is. And if you love what I'm drinking out of, it's on the website. Mona Lisa Monroe Morning Show merch. Okay. We've got coffee cups, we've got t-shirts, we've got totes, we've got it all. So visit the website. And don't say I didn't tell you because I just told you. Okay? Okay. So I know we got a lot to cover today, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I want you guys, the ones that have tuned in to see the show this morning, please click like and share the show. And leave a comment. Talk to me through the show, in the show, after the show. I read every comment. I really, really do. So I want you to click, like, and share the show because this is going to be a hot show. Now, July was heavy. And I know we tackled some rough topics, but you guys made it. You made it through. August is going to be no different, honey. It's going to be no different. I'm going to bring it to you because what? We talk about what you're talking about. So, what are you talking about right now? Red hot topic number one, baby. Will Chris Rock bury the hatchet with Will Smith? Now, I said last Thursday that I wasn't going to go down this rabbit hole because I said I'm tired of it. But people are bringing it up again. So, what am I supposed to do? Am I not supposed to talk about it? Negative. I'm going to bring it to you. So, what do you guys think? Now, I got you on all sorts of social media platforms. So I'm going to be shifting, trying to make sure I get everyone's comment. And I want to know what you think. Do you think Chris Rock is going to bury the hatchet with Will Smith? Now, personally, I think they already have. We're just behind because you don't know what people do behind closed doors. But we'll talk a little bit about it because I want to know what you think. Red hot topic number 2. Georgia residents can now claim embryos as dependents on state taxes. What? Yes. And I don't even know if other states are doing this. And this is where you guys come in. Let me know, is this something that you're doing? Because, baby, Georgia right now is claiming taxes on embryos. Why not? Okay, how come that hasn't been done already? Because you're going to have a baby, right? Well, I'm thinking it's highlighted now because of the abortion laws, because they're saying that a certain number of weeks aren't really babies or people or whatever the case may be. So I think this is sort of along the same line, but we'll talk about it because I want to know what you got to say about that. And then the next red hot topic is airline refunds could get a lot easier with the new bill that they're about to put out. The bill will state that airlines forthrightly offer travelers cash refunds as opposed to other forms of compensation like vouchers. How many times have you canceled a flight or something happened to the flight and you wanted your money back and they didn't give it to you? They gave you a voucher or some travel miles or something like that. Well, this next bill is going to hold them to the fire, give you your money back, especially now with this economy. Give me my money. So anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about that. And last but not least, we got another red hot what? Monica Lewinsky responded to backlash after she asked Beyonce to change a Partition song lyric that references her affair with Bill Clinton. And she only did this because Beyonce got a little heat behind a word called spaz. And spaz, that word means different things to different people. So the mental health industry came after the Beehive, okay? Came after old Beyonce and was like, hey, don't use that word, as well as Lizzo. Lizzo got in trouble for the same thing. Hey, don't use certain words because the mental health group of folks will go in, okay? And then last but not least, and I'm going to bring my fam up, my hubby up. The last red hot was Biden's COVID symptoms return. What? You know what I said when I was listening to him speak? I said, President Biden don't sound like he all the way well. He's still, barely, his voice is a little shaky and he doesn't seem like he's strong, but boom, COVID symptoms are returning, the cough and the weakness, but you're not going to hear all of that. So, yeah, that's a lot. So let's go ahead and bring my hubby on. Mr. Gary Monroe. Whoop, whoop.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, honey.
Good morning, baby doll. How are you today?
I'm doing good, honey.
Doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
But you're doing better right now.
I'm doing better right now. Okay, of course.
What's happening?
So,
what we talking about?
Yeah, I know. I love
Since you're throwing me in the lion's den.
I love to surprise you because what we want raw, uncut comments. That's what we want.
Even me.
Even you. Even me.
I like to be.
Rehearsed and practiced.
No, not rehearsed, but knowledgeable of the topics that we're going to discuss. I know people think I'm crazy, but I don't want to get up here and look like a fool at the same time.
You never look like a fool, honey. It's just your comments on, Okay. Ready?
I'm gonna try to keep up.
Okay, I know.
Yeah.
Because I go a little fast sometimes.
Yeah.
But okay, so here we go. We're talking about red hot number one.
Red hot number one.
Yeah, are you ready?
Let's go.
Red hot number 1 is, will Chris Rock bury the hatchet with Will Smith? Now, I said last
Thursday.
Thursday.
He's gonna bury the hatchet.
You think so?
Right there.
Oh my gosh.
That's where he probably need to bury it. Right there. He need to bury it right there. I'll bury it for it. See, you should have let me rehearse.
Okay, no. You wouldn't have said that. You would have said that if you would have rehearsed.
I'll bury the hatchet. Boy.
Well, I'll put it like this. I said last week that I'm tired of talking about it, and I really, really am. But all things considered, it's back in the news. It's back in the news because he brought it up at a stand-up.
Well, I guess, when you talk about Will Smith and Chris Rock, from, I don't follow celebrityism like that. That's not a big concern of mine. But they are newsworthy. When you they are relevant.
Yeah, they're stars.
Yeah, so
they're open game.
And it sells tickets as far as viewership. But
clickbait.
Yeah, clickbait. You see something with Will Smith on it, or you see something with Chris Rock on it.
You're gonna click it.
And because we know that they've created this dynamic between them.
Right.
You can see Will Smith's name.
Yeah.
In marquee or at the top of an article.
Anything.
And it will have nothing to do with what they call it, Slapgate.
Slapgate.
Yeah, something.
Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that.
Yeah,
term.
yeah.
Okay.
You had the Watergate.
Watergate. Now you got Slapgate.
Scandal.
Okay.
Then you had, what was the Patriots? Tom Brady. What was that? Something gate. So now this is the Slapgate.
Oh, okay.
Slap
now I hadn't heard that term.
You haven't heard about that?
No. But I me personally, I was saying earlier, I think they have buried the hatchet. We just don't know. I think it's all cool with them. And they're now just riding the wave of
so let's just act the fool and make some money out of it.
I mean,
I don't know.
Because who knows? But okay, so red hot number.
That's what you would want. That's what you would want.
I want them to make up. Yeah, I really do. Because I think they're so powerful as African American men in their arenas, in their certain things, So hopefully they work out.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So next red.
Just remember.
Hatchet in the middle of the head. Okay.
On the shoulder, something in the back.
We don't condone violence on this show. We do not condone violence on the show. Okay, so
it's not violence.
Next red hot is Georgia residents can now claim embryos as dependents on their taxes.
This might bleed into one of your topics. Can I claim one? I know you were talking about that this morning. No, because you were talking about that this morning.
I was?
About some guy who asked for. That's one of your topics?
No.
Oh, it's not one of your topics?
No.
But still,
that's
relevant to.
That's opening Pandora's box.
Well, not really. Not
really.
Oh,
yes. We're going to move past
the people need to know it.
Oh, my gosh.
Which was some guy.
Okay. So.
A transgender guy. Had a what?
Okay, so my husband is making me talk about this because we talked about that this morning.
Right? She should have prepared me.
So what I read was, and I know I'm gonna get it from the LGBTQ.
No, you just
plus.
You're not commenting on it. You're just bringing it to.
Okay, so let me just educate you on something. All right. Yeah. So I read that there was a transgender man that was going to have a procedure done. And the procedure was receiving a uterus.
So that's all you're doing. And so to your topic, Georgia residents can now claim embryo as dependents on state taxes. So I said, can I claim one?
And with all that being said, if he's doing all that to try to claim an embryo, that's crazy as all get out. But yes, and I'm thinking that this is now something to talk about because of the abortion law. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because why wouldn't an embryo be counted previously I mean, why wouldn't they be counted
Right.
previously? So I'm like, what is this about? Because even a pregnant woman can claim her baby.
Well, again, this
That's crazy.
is consequent of the
abortion law.
law
Right.
now, because I mean, when you think about it, no one ever thought of that perspective. You are literally carrying, and it's the same
a tax credit.
Yeah, you're literally carrying a tax credit.
You got a
When you
tax
put it in
credit.
that context, because it's in the same vein. Remember, you talked about the lady who was in the HOV lane,
Mm-hmm.
but the cop pulled her over
Exactly.
because he only saw one person in the car.
Right.
But she said, "No, I'm pregnant."
Right. So it's two passengers.
There's two passengers
in this car. And you know, that reminds me of the sign that people say, "Baby on board."
Yeah, baby on board, as well as if someone commits a heinous act and they injure a woman. Say they injure a woman who's pregnant. The woman may survive, but let's say the child stillborn or something to that, they can be tried for murder, for killing that baby.
Oh,
you see,
I didn't know that.
So, well, it's in the same light of if you kill both of them, that was an unborn child. But laws to be fact checked. But at the same token, hey, if you're going to go to these extremes in your quest here in Georgia to say ban abortion, then you're going to have these types of perspectives and say, hey, it's a tax credit.
Did that football player get charged for double murder when he killed his girlfriend or wife that was pregnant? Remember that football player a while back?
Now, if you're thinking about Ray Caruth, the child lived. That child lived.
Oh,
but
really?
It was you took Ray Caruth.
It was some football player that killed his girlfriend or something, and she was pregnant.
Ray Caruth. I think that was Ray Caruth for the Carolina Panthers.
Double murder or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think Texas already did this. If you were pregnant, they would claim the baby. Now, what if you lose the baby? And then you claim it and then get your money? Do you have to pay that money back?
Well, no, because it's in the same perspective. If you got a child.
And they move out?
No. Oh. You have a child. That child is 2, 3, 4, 5 years of age. And unfortunately, that child passes away from some sickness.
So you don't pay that money
disease.
back. Yeah.
Right. You carry that child. Let's say that child passed away in June. Well, that child was a tax credit, since you're putting it that way.
We gonna move
that child.
We gonna get off.
No, but
it is
adding logic to the argument.
Right.
I mean, you can't say, hey, your child died in June.
Right.
Or your child died in March.
And then give us our money back.
So give us our money back.
That would be horrible.
Right. Yeah. So since you're playing this game now,
right,
with life in the womb.
Right.
And
that's true.
So you have to play it to
play it all the way. That's right.
That's
a good point. That's a good point. Okay, and the third one is airlines are told to refund. Okay, airline refunds could get a lot easier with the new bill. The bill will state that airlines forthrightly offer travelers cash refunds as opposed to other forms of compensation like vouchers. And this is going to be a bill that I'm glad about, because if your flight is canceled, delayed, or whatever, instead of giving you your money, they give you your flight miles, they give you vouchers, but they never give you your cash back. You know what I mean? So this is a bill that's going to hold the airlines to task to say, hey, give them their money back.
Yeah, I mean, it worked both ways. Someone would say, hey, my dad always say, hey, if I'm going to work for you, give me my money. Don't give me shoes. I buy my own shoes. Don't give me a shirt or clothes. I buy my own shirt.
Right.
You get your money. That way you can do what you want to do.
Get your money.
But at the same token, if you travel a lot, and there was a time when I was traveling a lot, and when I was living in Bermuda and back and forth. And so I used to get, whenever
Mm-hmm.
they were asked if anyone wanted to get bumped for crowded flights, overbooked flights.
Right,
So,
right.
I would get vouchers. I would get vouchers for a free flight, hotel, all of that. So
Versus cash.
versus cash, and so
Some people might want all of them treats.
right. So for me, it was like, okay, I know I got me another free trip back home. When I was in Bermuda, I know I would have me another free trip back home. And there were times, I have like 3 or 4 trips in my pocket.
Oh, wow.
And we're talking about because a vouchers or what have you, and they put you up that night. Okay, they put you up that night where your connecting flight would be, whether it was in Atlanta or Baltimore or in New York area. They would put you up that night because that's what you are trading. You're trading.
Oh yeah,
I'm not going to continue.
Exactly.
I'm going to give up my seat on
right.
my connecting flight.
Well, you better put me in a nice hotel.
Stay overnight.
I better have top notch.
Plus, now they put you up good hotel right that night. Plus, give you room and board as far as and a
food.
Voucher to get something to eat.
Yeah.
Plus, they give
a taxi.
Anything you incurred.
That's true.
For that night was covered. Plus another ticket.
Some people might prefer that.
Yeah.
But at least it's an option. At least give me the option. Do you want your cash? Or do you want to be compensated with the hotel, food, or transportation? So
I'm like this.
I
don't know. But okay. By the grace of God, I make my own money, right?
Yeah, right.
So if you're giving me a ticket that I can fly anywhere you guys fly, that could be a trip overseas somewhere, a vacation trip that's already covered.
Versus getting your money.
No, yeah, versus me getting the cash. Right. So now I have that vacation covered.
That might,
room and board. I may have to pay some extra days. I put some extra to it, and we're saying staying a week or something to that effect. But at least your flight is covered.
True.
You see,
that might be good.
A portion of your stay is covered.
Ooh, that might be a situation.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that. You just gotta know what you know what you're doing. That's it. You gotta know what you're doing.
I like that.
Or what you want to do.
All right. So next red hot is Monica Lewinsky. The one and only has responded to backlash after she asked Beyonce to change a Partition song lyric that references her affair with Bill Clinton. And we all know what that little lyric was. She said, I Monica Lewinsky'd him. Okay, that was the lyric. So Monica Lewinsky say, get my name out your mouth. Put some respect on my name. Get it out of there. But right now, Monica, you can't jump on the bandwagon. And the reason why I'm saying that is because Beyonce had to take out a word of one of the songs that was considered offensive to the mental health industry. Right. Spaz. Spaz can mean 2 different things, 5 different things, whatever.
We say somebody spazzing out.
Yeah, and the mental health issue, that was this. No, get it out. So she took it out, and then Lizzo had a lyric that offended a certain group of people, and she took it out. So Monica said, "Well, I don't like it either."
I think with Beyonce, there's some conflict now arising. What's the young lady? Was
Khalees?
That's her name. Yes, about her using some of her music in one of her new releases.
Milkshake.
Right, and I just heard on the radio as I was commuting yesterday that instead of Beyonce going ahead and saying, okay, getting the rights to use the lyrics or the sound in her song, new release, she dropped the song altogether from her album.
Well,
I thought that to be kind of like, come on, man.
Okay.
I look at it like this,
I'd rather drop it than pay you.
Than pay you and allow you to get residuals off of that the same token.
To
make you relevant, in
I
that
think
sense.
This is what I think. I think everything has a way to be addressed, right?
Mhm.
So, okay, Beyonce stole some of your lyrics, or not your lyrics, but your beats
Mhm.
in your song. Okay, if anything, knowing Beyonce can crush you in a minute in the industry, I would have quietly backdoored and said, you know, Beyonce, your music, that song is amazing, da 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 da. I know you used something from the song. Is there any way that you can acknowledge or compensate or whatever from using it? Not going on the air on the Breakfast Club and saying Beyonce stole this and stole that.
No,
That's where
I
you
mean,
messed up.
no, I don't think she
Khalees
messed.
did do that.
I don't think she messed up. She's just stating her
Yes,
claim.
it's hers, but there's a way that you do it.
I mean, we don't know if she could reach out to. Remember now, even in what she's saying that Beyonce and what's his name, Pharrell,
Yeah.
those guys have been doing backdoor stuff for a long time.
Yeah, that's
that
what
they
she
have
said.
gotten her before.
Yeah.
So you know, I mean,
So she
you're
did
in the industry where you got people backdooring you, and you know you
Yeah.
confront those individuals.
That's true.
There comes the time where you have to address certain things. Now, so she got a response from her stepping out. I mean, you think now, I know you say that Beyonce could crush her, but you see Beyonce move to take that song off of her album without any rebuttal because you know you perhaps are wrong. Now, to tie that into what you're saying about Monica Lewinsky, I think now that Beyonce is dealing with, you said the girl
Right.
Lizzo,
Lizzo,
you say Khalees,
Khalees,
and then it was something else she had on one of her other songs,
Right.
Spaz. I guess Monica Lewinsky is saying, "Hey, this
hey,
is my time
this
to
my-
now to say exactly,
Exactly.
You know, and I like what you just said. It's respect. Put some respect on my name.
Put some respect
You know,
on
because I, you know, at this place in time right now,
she
I
got
feel
crushed.
sorry for Monica Lewinsky. You know, I think she got the bad end of the deal. I think she got the bad end of the deal
And you know
because
that's sad.
now we're looking
Oh.
20 plus years later, and here we still classify Bill Clinton as Bubba. You know, the first black president. You know,
Oh,
people
man,
still embrace
please.
him and everything. You know, hey, everybody's should
Well,
be
yeah.
forgiven.
Yeah.
But I think where he's been able to, because of his status, because of his position,
Right.
he was able to continue on and have success.
Right.
Whereas she's been pushed on the marginal, she's been marginalized in society,
Right.
and certainly has a stigma forever over her.
And this is so sad. You
Yeah.
are always going to be related to doing a task.
Yeah.
I'm cleaning it up.
Doing the task.
But you are, I mean, that's how everyone knows you, Monica. And she can't shake it. It's over. I mean, that's it.
Really, I mean,
she
really.
can't shake it.
Yeah.
She wrote a book. She did some great things, but everybody knows her as the cigar lady. Ain't nothing you can do about that.
Singing on the mic, singing on the mic, singing on the mic.
Okay, so
but I
it's
feel,
too early.
I feel
It's too soon.
I
It's too
feel for the young lady.
but I feel sorry
Yeah,
for her. I really do.
Yeah.
Monica, hey, now don't know what Beyonce is going to do with that, but jump on it and see what happened, girl.
Hey,
That's all I can tell you.
Hey, Beyonce, okay, look at all the songs that she's talking about. She's talking about doing that. Okay, she said, I'm Monica Lewinsky, this guy, right?
Yeah.
I do this, I do
But-
that.
but-
She's very explicit in her lyrics about what she do. What's the
Oh man,
you know,
I mean,
everything,
explicit.
right? Okay, so you want to say you about girl power. Well, why don't you take this opportunity and empower Monica Lewinsky? She could use this as an opportunity to say, you know what? I said that,
and I'm
perhaps,
wrong,
and I've been wrong.
and
Probably,
I'm sorry.
yeah, da. But you know what? Since y'all in women power, girl power, whatever,
Right? You don't
why
want to
don't
stomp on them.
why don't you take this opportunity to get some respect back on Monica Lewinsky's name?
Yeah.
Because you have such a platform, you have such an audience,
That you can.
you have the ear
Yeah.
of society
Right.
in the place right now that you can say, you know what? Why don't you bring on your platform and say, you know what? Yeah, I put this in my lyric, and this is what I did
And
because
I'm sorry.
yeah, you made millions off of that lyric, and it became a moniker. You know, not only with guys, females be watching now, Monica Lewinsky, you know, and stuff like that. Use it as a platform of redemption.
I agree.
You know,
Fix it. I'm sure. And the last red hot for today, and then we're going to get you guys to talk back to us, is Biden's COVID symptoms have returned.
Really?
Remember when I was listening to him,
Mhm.
I said, President Joe Biden don't look. Remember I said that? I said, he does not look well.
Right.
Even though he's tested positive or whatever, you know, they don't tell us the truth. Anyway, so anyway, yeah, so they've returned.
Mhm.
So now we're going to open up the floor for comments. You guys talk to us and let us know what you think about everything. But we're
time for the gallery to sound off.
That's time for the gallery to talk back to us.
Talk back.
All right. So, of course, the first thing that we're going to talk about, you know, to hear your comments and see what you think about is the Chris Rock thing. Do you think he's going to bury the hatchet? Do you think it's going to be over, said and done? And my comment on that, and I'm reaching out to you guys. What do you guys think? My comment is they already have. We're just late. They already have. Behind closed doors, they have already called one another. They done ate dinner and steak over each other's house. They done smoked cigars. They are cool with one another.
So you're thinking that, okay, we made peace behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Now let's get out in the camera and make some money off of this thing.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, whatever. I don't know.
Let's go.
But I don't know.
And Gary's comment on that is, what is your comment?
Very hatchet. I put it like this, you know, until we get to a place where we're not in the boxing ring anymore. You know, Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier were enemies till their careers were over, and of course
they were truly enemies.
Well, I mean, you know, boxing enemies in that sense, you know, opponents. And careers were over, and that they were truly enemies. Well, I mean, you know, and that. I say that to say, I remember one time I was working at the airport as a sky cap years ago, and Muhammad Ali was coming in, and we were checking his luggage. Everybody was gathered around. He had his back to me, and when he turned around and looked at me, he said, "Boy, I thought you was Joe Frazier." You know, he started jabbing.
I would have been terrified.
He started jabbing me, right? He started jabbing me. So
I would have been terrified.
Yeah, it was funny. Everybody laughed or whatever, you know. I got his autograph, took a picture and everything. But I say that to say that's how Will Smith should be the Chris Rock. That every time Chris Rock turned around and says, "Boy, I thought you was Will Smith, boy. Shoot, I'm about to knock you out."
And it's so sad because everybody, even the comedians now, are telling people in the audience, "Hey, don't play me.
Yeah.
Don't you try to come up here. Don't come up here." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" So now that's the thing.
I saw something with
that's
Dave
horrible.
Chappelle. I saw something with Dave Chappelle. So Dave Chappelle was saying, people were saying, you know, in comments, yeah, I bet you Will wouldn't have did that to Dave Chappelle. Yeah, he wouldn't have done that to Dave Chappelle. So Dave Chappelle said, "Hey man, stop saying that, man, because some fool gonna try me."
Exactly. Can you imagine? Exactly.
Stop saying that because some fool
somebody is
going to try me and say, "Oh yeah, he may would not do it to me, but yeah."
And Dave Chappelle's a lot diplomatic. He gonna do something.
Yeah. Well, and now I'm thinking that a lot of these security, a lot of these comedians, up there, security, even more so. You got to have cats ready to, move.
That's right.
Because people, I mean, you see in concerts now.
It's a shame.
You see in concerts, it has always happened where people run up on stage.
Oh yeah.
But I think back in the day, there was no malice intended. People would just want to run up and just hug
because they crazy
or whatever now. But you just never know what someone's intent is now when they're running up on the stage. You know?
And everybody got guns. Don't play. I mean, everybody has a gun now, so you want to be protected.
The young ladies in the NBA finals, you know, that made their way down the court side.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it? Milwaukee, because it was for the Milwaukee franchise, and that 2 of their games they stormed the court because 2 young ladies, because I think they were of an animal right group.
Oh yeah.
And but the point that I'm making is you just don't know people's intent anymore.
That's right.
You know?
That's
so
right.
you have to be careful and take the necessary precautions.
And everybody has a gun, so that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
and
crazy.
That's interesting about the fact you need no license, no background check to obtain a gun,
right?
But you got to have, you got to go to your mama's house, and you got to get your Social Security card, your birth certificate. You got to go get your Social Security card. You got to have a hunting license.
Oh yeah.
You got to have a driver license.
Man.
You got to show your work ID, all just to vote.
Yeah, you got to do all that to vote.
You got to do all of that to vote.
But you can get a gun though. You can
for
get
your
birthday.
For your birthday. You get a gun for your birthday. And I remember years ago, it used to be a certain caliber of gun you could get without registration or anything.
It was a rifle.
Right. Just,
back in the day, those you can get those.
And that's funny.
Especially if you got a farm.
You know, I remember we got guns for Christmas.
BB guns.
No. 22s, 16 gauge, 12 gauge. No, but that was a different time. We're talking about back in the 70s and the 80s. Ooh. That on Christmas Day, where I was from in Garden City in that country part, everybody,
Merry Christmas.
But see, we had the old men, your daddy and the other old men in your community
teach you how to shoot.
You were taught and trained. Ooh. You know, if you're not gonna eat it, don't kill it. Right. So one, they told you how to walk with your gun under your arm and everything. Don't point, play with anybody. And we never had any incidents like that, except one time this guy was joking around with us. But we're living in a day and time now. These guns are being manufactured to kill another person.
And not just kill them, I'm talking about annihilate them.
Yeah.
All right. So Georgia residents can now claim embryos as dependents on state taxes. Now, I think this is old news, to be honest with you. I think it's always been something that you could do. I just think it's highlighted now because of the abortion laws.
Probably is.
That's what I think.
Could very well have been the case. This is something that just coming to the forefront that we as a minority community have just been aware of. But perhaps this policy ruling perhaps have always been in place. You know, I don't know. But at the same time,
I think it's in Texas, you have always been able to claim your baby.
Oh, okay.
And that's in Texas.
Well,
so I don't know.
We're talking about unborn.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And inside, matter of fact, because I used to be a tax preparer, and if we saw a pregnant woman come in to file her taxes, we'd say, okay, so you got 2 dependents or whatever, and she'd go, no, it's just. She would point at the little one. No, we're talking about your baby in your tummy. And she was like, oh yeah. So, but that opens up the door to Pandora's box, because that what people would do is claim nieces and nephews as cheering. So tax credits. So don't do that. I'm just saying, if you're pregnant, you can file your child. You can claim your child. Yeah. So that's not new news.
And so the extended debate and argument to that is, what if the child dies in that respect or regard? Well,
you don't owe anybody no money.
And they're questioning that, do we owe that person owe the money back or what have you? And I'm saying, no. I mean, just follow the policy and procedures that are in place now. If you are a parent that you have carrying a child, and unfortunately that child dies mid-year or some way during that year, the same way you would classify that, or how do you call it on your tax, fill that out or whatever. It's the same thing. If the policy is going to stand, let it extend in the degree of where it stands right now, you know?
Yeah, I just think that abortion law is bringing up a whole bunch of conversation now because a lot of people are disagreeing with the abortion law and agreeing with the abortion law, and it's just up. It's in front of everybody now. So, but okay. So, what are your thoughts about the airline? You were saying earlier that it might be considered. I think if it's an option, great, because the airlines wouldn't even give you that option. I don't think. Would they say, "Do you want your money back?"
$10,000. I'm taking that.
That was just recently.
Well,
that's real talk.
Exactly. Yeah, no.
I mean, Delta.
$10,000.
Yeah, Delta was
saying,
offering
hey,
$10,000
for me to give up this flight.
Yeah.
During the 4th of July. $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
yeah.
Send me back home.
I don't know if you guys were aware of that, but during the 4th of July holiday, there were flights left and right that were being canceled. Matter of fact, me and my husband Gary's flights were canceled. And it was said that Delta was offering $10,000 for people who would give up their seats.
Mm-hmm.
And if we would have had that opportunity, and we're talking about not one seat, but 2 seats.
Absolutely.
Look, I could be in Texas next week.
we when you consider booking your flights,
man,
cheaper flights or whatever.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Mona Lisa, she likes to take direct flights. And,
definitely.
They had a connecting flight through Atlanta, one through Charlotte, one through Chicago.
Ooh,
listen,
I hate stops.
If they had offered us $10,000, they could have sent her to Charlotte. They could have sent me to Chicago, Timbuktu. They could have sent me wherever.
Well, you know what?
She just had to be mad.
No, trust me. If they would have offered us $10,000, I would have been okay with 2 stops, 3 stops, whatever.
Yeah, listen.
I would have vacationed.
They give me $10,000, give her $10,000. I end up in Charlotte. She ends up in Chicago. By the time we get to Dallas, baby, now how much money you got? None.
Oh, see. How you go? Oh, you clowning.
Should have went. Am I joking?
Honey.
Should have went shopping.
Oh, well, that is not even cool.
See, babe, what had happened was.
Yeah. Like I've said many, many times, I'm good with money as long as you give me a budget.
Hey,
if you give me a budget, I can bing.
You're who's that?
But if you give me $10,000 and don't say, baby, we need to do this, and this.
What was the joke about? Say about older men and young women, and older women, right? Say about young women.
Mike Epps.
Yeah, Michael Epps. Mike Epps was saying something. Say the young girls don't know how to beg. Say the old women know how to beg. Say the old women say
not beg. The older women know how to ask for money, and the younger women don't know how to ask for
money. Give me my money. Give me my money. Give me.
I need to get my nails done. I need to get my hair done. He said, "Y'all don't know how to ask for no money."
Say the old women says, "How much money you need? What you need?" See the women say. Well, I gotta get my hand, my nails done, my toes done, and I got some other things. Hey, brother, and listen, I never paid attention to it till one day. One of the ladies was like, "So, baby," I said, "What's up?" She said, "So my girly day is Friday." I said, "Okay, cool. What's up?
I call it girly day, ladies.
My girly day is Friday." And I said, "Cool, no problem."
My eyes.
And I said, "So what's up?" "Well, I'm gonna do this and this, and I got some other things." And listen, as soon as she said it,
he busted out laughing.
She did too. As soon as she said it, we both just cracked up laughing. It's them other things that make you say, "Okay, I was gonna give you 500. I'm gonna take 1,000." Them other things add up, boy.
But it was so funny how Mike Epps did that because I could see both ends of it. The younger women saying, "I need some money to get my hair done. I need some money to get my nails done."
Yeah, you just need to get
and then older men be like, "I don't like the way you asking me for this money like that." And then he said, "But these older women, they know how to ask for money." They'll say, baby, can I get my nails done? Can I get my hair
It's a
done?
girly day. I'm having a girly
And
day.
then, and well, okay, so what else you want to do? It's just some other
That's
things
some
I gotta
other
get to take
things.
care of.
Boy, better watch out. You better inquire about them other things. That's all I
That
can
is
say.
too funny to me, boy.
Inquire about them
Oh my
other
gosh.
things. Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, so back on track.
How
Back
did
on
we get
track.
to
I don't know.
What are we talking about? Biden? Miss
No,
Monica
we're back
Lewinsky.
on Monica, and we did touch on that a little bit about our thoughts. And basically, I think Beyonce need to go on and respect Monica and take it out. But Charmaine the God, what's his name? Charmaine the God or whatever. He said something that was very Charmaine. That's what he said. Charmaine the God.
Listen, Charmaine the God. He said.
Yeah.
Charmaine.
Yeah.
Is it Charmaine?
I think it's Charmaine the God or something like that. But anyway, he's on the Breakfast Club. And he said that people are getting carried away with these words meaning different things. He said, because if anything, you need to take it up with Webster's dictionary. Because when we say a word and it means this, and all because you have changed it to this, why are you holding me to your definition versus Webster? And that was a good point, because I could say blue and your organization might think blue is offensive. Well, I didn't mean it offensively. I meant it in this context. So Charmaine was saying, listen to the context that people are using certain words, and then you could say, hey, that's offensive, and that's
at the
a good
same
point.
time, you say listen to the context when people use certain words.
Yes.
But there are certain words
Mm.
that are just historically degrading. That's irrespective of what Webster tries to define those words.
Okay. Well,
so, I understand what you're saying, but that's a word that's a derogatory word.
Spaz.
Yeah. If to the that community,
right?
To what is
okay? I see your point.
We probably are not aware of that.
I see your point.
Just like people calling us ninjas.
The N word. You know? Yeah, because we could, because people could calling say, I didn't mean it offensively, but yet it's offensive to us. Okay, that's a good point.
But I get you, Stan. I get you when you say now you just can't reach in the air and say now blue is all of a sudden a derogatory term or something like that.
Well, but spaz, spazzing out. Mm-hmm. That's hey, it's sort of in the same context. It means you spazzing out, going crazy. So, and I remember Jennifer was on the show, and Jennifer is an author, and she's also the sister of the Soloist. When Jamie Foxx was in the movie The Soloist, she in real life is the sister to that particular person. I forgot his name, but anyway, she said when people use, oh, that's crazy. When you say crazy in those contexts, they take offense to that. The mental illness, a mental health community takes offense to that. So sometimes we do have to take notice on the words that we use. I mean, that's just real talk. So Monica, I see you, I hear you, and and so if Beyonce wants to make it right,
people are going to say, "Hey, you did that. You got to live with it." I understand all of that, but what is it?
But that was 20 years ago.
Absolutely.
I mean,
listen,
30.
When Bill Clinton comes to speak, no one remembers Monica Lewinsky. When he is on the podium, no one references Monica Lewinsky when he comes up, and pretty much because people respect the fact, not more so him, but they respect the fact more so that he had a wife and he has a daughter. So people respect the fact that we're not going to continue to disparage his name and degrade him, because if for no one other reason, for his child. Now, I don't know if Monica Lewinsky has any children, but she has, like,
I feel sorry for her.
She has a parents and whatever, but we know that in the grand scheme of things, it was her mother that told her, keep this dress.
No, it wasn't her mother.
Who was it?
It was Tripp. Her last name was Tripp, and she was the previous Secretary of State
Uh-huh.
that got fired or something like that, and so
Uh-huh.
she was mad, and so she told Monica to keep that dress. So
As
the
proof.
reason why everything went down is because of Trip. So
Yeah,
Trip
okay.
to this day also has a stigma to her.
Not-
Matter of
not
fact,
as
she
much
went and
as-
did plastic surgery on her face and everything because they made fun of her looks
Uh-huh.
forever and a day. They were like, "Oh, you couldn't get with Bill because the way you look," and so you were mad. I mean, it was a whole big thing if y'all remember. But
yeah, but I
long story
still
short,
again say
I
that
feel
if
sorry for her.
Beyonce, this would be an opportunity. If you want to
To fix,
empower,
yeah.
empower women, empower. It's about girl power, and that
Mhm.
this would be a good opportunity to say,
Make it
you know,
right.
not just reconcile the differences between you two, but give Monica Lewinsky an opportunity to, because society, we've grown as a society since then.
Yeah.
And stuff that people are doing now,
Man,
it
the
pales in
lyrics-
comparison to what just think about it.
Man,
Just
Cardi
think about
B
the fact.
and all of those lyrics.
Just think about the
Megan
fact
Thee
that
oh my gosh.
she made a song that basically celebrated what Monica Lewinsky did.
Okay, we're gonna go past
No.
How is
Just
that celebration?
she's
That's
saying
an insult.
no. Beyonce is singing a lyric, and she's saying, "I Monica Lewinsky him." She's not ashamed for saying, "I Monica Lewinsky him." She's saying to other women, "Don't be ashamed to say you Monica Lewinsky him." Other women took out from this song and they started using it as a moniker, as far as saying, "Hey, I'll Monica Lewinsky a joker, this, that, and the other." No, I'm just being frank.
That is clearly
No. Listen, what I'm saying here to that is. So they took something that was during
negative.
the time that happened, the time when it happened,
Okay.
it was derogatory.
Right.
It defamed her. It all of that. It was that's taboo, right? But you fast forward to whenever Beyonce dropped that song, society had moved along so far that you could put this lyric in your song.
Oh, okay.
As something, hey. Nothing to be ashamed about.
Oh.
Here is she saying on a public platform on
see.
her song, "I Monica Lewinsky him."
That's just horrible. This even listening to it, but I get your point. I get your point.
So right. So we've moved. Society has grown so far beyond that. Well, guess what? If we've grown so far beyond that to the point where Beyonce can sell millions of albums. On that song and be promoted and celebrated for her lyrics, well, guess what? It's time now to say, remove the stigma from Monica Lewinsky.
I hope she does. I mean, case closed. So, everybody, what do you think about today's Red Hot Topics? I know they were a little woo, but so let me know. And remember, even
Mona Lisa
after
brings this, I'm usually calm.
No, you're not. Even after the show is off, I read your comments. I really, really do. So I do appreciate you. Click, like, and share the show. Our last show was shared 43 times. So I am just like, wow. So click, like, and share the show. And please leave comments. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you and want to know which direction, which questions. If you heard something in the news and you want us to talk about it, whatever the case may be, inbox me, let me know, and we'll go from there. But before I go, I do want to promote who? Garden City Housing Team, baby. Go to www.Garden City Housing Fair and Expo. We are having a Garden City Housing Fair and Expo September the 10th in Garden City in the house. And please sign up and register to be a vendor, or just sign up and register. To be a sponsor.
Or if you just want to just donate
or if
to
you want
the Garden City Housing Team, period, because it's a worthy organization that was created by the city of Garden City back in 2011, 12. It became 501c3 status in 15. It was an organization that was spearhead. I was one of the founding members on it. The mayor was on the team as well. A number of council members was on this Garden City housing team. Have done a lot of things in the city of Garden City. Now it's all relevant and relatable to the city of Garden City. Housing has taken precedent. Residential development has taken precedent in the city of Garden City. So if you want to donate, contribute, resources to the Garden City housing team for what? Restoration, renovation, and remodeling, helping citizens in Garden City just improving their homes as well as improving their communities. So yeah, tell them how they can give or what all the other good stuff.
All the other good stuff. Yeah. So you can always go online to donate. You can go online to register to be a vendor, and also just register to say that you're on your way and you're going to come. We love it. We love it. We love it. And I want to also give a shout out to St. Joseph's Hospital.
Mhm.
They are one of our vendors. Woo-hoo! And I'm sorry?
Is United Way one of your
United Way will also be a vendor.
EOA.
Habitat for Humanity, EOA in Garden City, and also Curtis Cooper Health Center. So we've got some folks coming out. We just need the folks to come out. We're going to have opportunities for you to find out about your blood pressure, cholesterol. I mean, hey, we got it. We got you covered, as we love to say. So please check us out at that website right there, Garden City Housing Fair and Expo, and register to come out and let me know how we're doing. Hey, let me know. I love it, love it, love it. Click like and share the show. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Mona Lisa Monroe Morning Show. I really, really appreciate you coming out. Gary, do you have anything to say to our audience before we close this thing out?
Well, hey, I'm just always glad to be a part of the Mona Lisa Monroe's morning show. It's I think you do an awesome job here with connecting with the community, and just talking about the topics that the people are talking about. I got a lot of things that I could announce, but time does not permit as far as things that are happening in Garden City and around town. But I did get a call or a text this morning from a resident in Garden City. They saw a sign out. I'm going to get some answers about this, about some community meeting that's to take place in Garden City on the 10th. I believe that will be next Wednesday at the Garden City Gym. I'm going to confirm that. And I can only think that it means one of two things: a community meeting with regard to either the city has made a resolution and put in the language to sell Haynes property, which the residents of Garden City have been asking for a community center at the Haynes property there on Rosenau Hill, or they're going to have some community meeting where it involves the Groves High School project. So if you got any questions, you can call me. You know how to reach me for those who do so. But at the same token, I'll be finding out some more information about that and posting that. Just letting the people know what's going on in Garden City.
That's what we're all about. We talk about what you're talking about. So reach out. You know how to contact Gary Monroe, and you know how to contact me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love ya.
Love you.
Bye-bye.